Greetings and welcome to the Sawblade 666 YouTube channel. I'm Daniel Sawblade.
And I'm Cartoon Ryan.
Well, looks like we got another piece of original art to look at here.
Yeah.
I'm liking this, looking at original pieces.
Yeah, it's fun, man.
You know, we look at stuff mainly as the final product when we're looking at stuff, but it's always good to see if you're a professional or aspiring artist to look at you know, the production piece, you know, which is what this is here. We're looking at an original piece of art by Rick Magyar. Shame on me for not remembering where Mr. Magyar is from. But I didn't research that part. I used to remember, but yeah, I decided to grab this because this thing taught me some key inking techniques that I'll talk about in a bit. Where I acquired this piece was at the 1999 Orlando, Florida MegaCon. I went one year to try to get work, comic work, and you know, that didn't work out, but I came back with this. So it's just an amazing piece that I wanted to share with everyone and discuss what you know, what was used to create this and what it was for, and just marvel at the craftsmanship,
yeah, and
the draftsmanship of it. Rick Magyar is an inker primarily, and he's done work for DC. I've mainly seen DC stuff. I'm not sure if he's done Marvel work, but anyway, I was at this convention and I was walking down a big hallway. You know how all conventions have like artist alleys with the, you know, there'd be tables lined up on each side of the hall, and they kind of went around the room, and both sides, you know, tables against the wall, and then some in the middle of the floor. I was on the other side of the hall and saw this thing on a stand, like a, you know, just a, I don't know what you call those like an easel,
yeah,
kind of. And me being a huge Ozzy and Black Sabbath fan, I just zeroed right in on it and met the artist, super cool guy. He had told me that this was for an ad for the Ozzy figure, the Todd McFarlane Ozzy figure,
man,
which I think was run in, like, I don't know if it was Wizard, some magazine from back then.
He went all out for it because holy shit,
he really did. A lot of things interesting about this, I have to say, and it first of all, like, look how jarring this is, like running off the page. Like, he broke these borders.
Yeah, even down here too.
Yeah, but it works.
Yeah,
like, it doesn't mess with the eye flow, in my opinion. Like,
not at all.
The composition of this thing is just masterful. Up here, the only thing, like, this could almost be a tangent, but he's got enough of the branch coming above the wing where it's not too distracting, and plus the way that he lit that helps the tip of that wing. But just the lighting, just some of the choices that were made in this are amazing.
Yeah.
the graphic shapes for the bats, but then you have a realistic bat in the foreground.
Yeah.
To break that up and to show what's happening.
This thing looks like it's about to pop off the page, you know?
Yeah.
Especially with the bat coming out like that.
Look how black these inks are.
It's some of the cleanest inks I've seen in person. It's super clean.
It's super clean and super black. Ink doesn't. There's only certain ones that get this black.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a rarity. He did most of this work with brush.
That's unreal.
So this is the second person I met. You know, it was like early in my career. I didn't even have a career, but I was like, I had done some professional work up until that point.
Yeah.
I was 24 when I purchased this, and still learning. And I was like getting more into inking. And the first person that told me about brush inking was Mark Schultz. And then this guy again backed that up with this. And that's where you see a lot of these hatching lines.
Mm-hmm.
And you can almost see, you see it a little bit in here in the tips of these wings, but you see it here, the dry brush.
Yeah.
See how the edges are fuzzy right here?
Yeah.
That's dry brush.
The hair is awesome too.
Yeah. Not too much dry. Well, his brush was a little dry on the edge, but to cut through with this negative space for the hair, I marvel at this every time. This section in here with the strands. The lines on the lips, the shadow against the chin from the nose, also brush lines.
And I love I love how one arm, you know, is open, and then he's got it covered with a leather sleeve here with a glove on.
Really cool
design. And then the ring, the blades things, coming out of the that's just so badass.
The tight rendering for the metal.
Mm-hmm.
Everything has a texture.
Chainmail, dude. Look at
I don't know if that was achieved with a pen.
I don't know, but it's clean as so clean.
I'm sure maybe he got a tech pen, like a repeatograph, and filled all that in.
So clean, though.
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
This down here, I could never really figure out what it was. I think he said it was a mask. I'm not sure. There's this little piece down here.
Mm-hmm. It looks like a mask, maybe.
I recently rewatched the original Frankenstein movie.
Yeah.
I believe it's just called Frankenstein with Boris Karloff.
Yeah, I saw it a few months ago myself.
If you remember, in the opening scene with the graveyard, that's what that's from.
Oh, okay.
That specific Grim Reaper, because when it's so obvious, it's not even an accident, because it has the same exact sword, the same pose.
Man, I don't even remember the Grim Reaper in it.
Even the robes and the way the skull is drawn, that is what that's an ode to. And some of these grave markers were in there too, like these big crosses. Yeah,
I remember the opening scene with the cemetery and the guys burying the body.
If you go back and watch that and notice this,
I'll have to check that out.
You'll see it. You'll see what I'm talking about. But that's cool. Definitely what that's an ode to. Wow, man! Just his use of blacks in here too.
Yeah,
like the solid black behind the wings. Here too, just breaks it.
Oh, it's
perfectly.
incredible.
The lighting is masterful.
The blacks are just so solid in this. It's just so dark. So there's not any kind of light bouncing off of this at all.
No. Yeah. Oh, you mean the shininess?
Yeah, there's no sheen or of any kind. It's completely black. Yeah, it's beautiful, man. I remember the first time I ever saw this, I just tripped out by it.
I think I showed this to you.
When
I got it.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta say, there's I've hung on to this thing for 25 years, and there was, I would say, a handful of times I was looking to sell it
Mm-hmm.
because either I was hard up on money,
Yeah.
or not that I got sick of looking at it. That could never happen, but I just felt like, well, I got what I needed out of this. It's
Yeah.
time for someone else to have it. But I have to say, I'm glad I hung on to it. And I'm glad I have this, because every time I look at this thing, man, it just pumps me up.
Yeah.
He drew this. He drew this and inked it.
He did an amazing job, dude, because
Yeah.
the composition and it, the bat, flying straight ahead, and you got another one creeping up.
It's so
there.
dynamic, the flow of it.
Yeah.
You know, the likeness of Ozzy's face.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got captured that sneer perfectly. That
Oh,
he
yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Dude, the lines in the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
They're just individually drawn in the shading for the eyes.
Yeah, I can zoom in on that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, what an ad, huh? Man.
Dude, I don't remember seeing it though.
I don't. I didn't know anything about it until you showed me it,
I saw
after
the
you bought it.
figure. The figure came out, but I
Yeah.
never saw the corresponding.
I love the blood dripping off the blades, too.
Right.
So cool. Yeah,
Dude.
that's an amazing piece, man.
Yeah, I'm glad I hung on to it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a tiny bit of whiteout on this side. Not
Mm.
much, but a tiny bit. I use whiteout in my stuff.
Oh, you
I'm
have
not
to.
ashamed.
No,
Some
you
people
have to.
hate it, but
Uh,
I also draw with it. You can
Mhm.
cut out negative spaces with it.
yeah.
Here, this is what's crazy. He left that open.
Wow.
He's inking around that. That's not white.
That's
at
amazing control.
all. Right?
I don't have that kind of hand control at all.
Dude.
Mm-mm.
I'm
always amazed by that kind of line work.
Yeah. I used to have tighter control. It's getting to where it's a little bit harder.
Yeah.
I think as we age, our eyes and motor skills kind of wear down.
Yep.
Anyway, beautiful piece. It still inspires me to this day to practice my hatching with a brush, work on composition, thinking of dynamic poses. If you love drawing in ink,
Yeah.
it's good to look at somebody that has a command of the medium.
Boy, does this guy have command of it. Good God.
Right?
It's just some of the cleanest line work I've seen in person. Not trying to kiss the dude's ass, but it's just the truth.
it is what it is.
It's the truth.
It's just pretty much damn near perfect, really.
Yeah, it really is.
And to a whole comic inked this way.
Oh,
Holy fuck, man.
it'd be amazing.
Great lighting at the top.
Yeah,
The wings, the transition from
Yep.
the solid white to the mid grade of this solid black.
I noticed that right away. Yeah, it's really cool how he did the lighting so effectively. Like the arm here, I love the arm. You got and then underneath, you got the shadow breaking it up.
Right. It's perfect. Totally unrealistic wings, but they work so
It
well.
fits though.
It's so
It
dude,
doesn't
just-
matter. It's badass.
It's so good.
Yeah,
It's just so good.
yeah,
It just leads to the it reminds me of the point of sometimes it's more about what works graphically, what works on
Yeah.
You know, to just sell the entire image. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and that really ties it together. Those wings. Now, if they were any other shape, I just don't think it would work quite the same.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it were me doing it, I would try to, like, you know how they don't bend. Tops of bird wings don't.
Yeah, they don't
flow like that. They're
all.
kind of more arced. But man, that works.
Definitely get the idea though.
I get a rush every time I look at this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I really do.
Yep.
Anyway.
Cool.
Thanks about all I have on that.
Yeah.
Unless you have anything to add.
No, man. I just always marvel at that when I see it.
The masterful inking of Rick Magyar. I'm not sure if he's still active. I a couple years ago, I actually posted this piece on my Instagram, and just to show it off because I think it should be seen.
Yeah.
And somebody told me he's still cranking away. So
it's awesome.
My hats off to you.
Chuck Jones did it all the way up to 2 weeks before he died.
That's what I hoped. That's what I hope.
Died in his 80s.
That's what I hope for.
Yeah.
Big salute to Mr. Rick Magyar.
Yeah.
For this incredible piece, and thank you for selling it to me. I still have it 25 years later. And
oh yeah.
I guess I'm just gonna, hang on to it because I think it's great, and I can't picture just not having it anymore.
Yeah, it's badass.
I learn from it every time. I really do.
No, that's I do too when I see original pieces up close.
Anyway.
Awesome, cool.
Well, thanks, guys. If you like what you see and hear, subscribe to the channel.
Yep,
and check out our other videos.
Yeah, and hang out with us every Thursday. Thursday night at 7 p.m. Central Time, we do our live stream, and Daniel draws, and we just chat and hang out with all the viewers. Cool. Love to have you join us.
See you on the next one.
Later.